See, if anything, I'm thinking Wigglytuff is more satanic than Giratina. Like, Wigglytuff is very, like, cultish. Not really? Yeah, I didn't think so either. Wigglytuff definitely checks out, though. Him with his freaking apple that he's chasing around. Very normal is immune to Ghost Dragon. Okay, interesting. Yunta! Oh, man, I'm just seeing the Wigglytuff doing his friggin' animation of him, like, spinning around, like, knocking him out. So funny. Those games are fantastic. I really do love Mystery Dungeon. Please let me leave. Please let me leave. Thank you. Okay, question for people. What is a Pokemon that you really did not give a single crap about as a kid, but as an adult, being able to look through some adult lenses at these Pokemon, you've actually grown to really love them? Mine was Clefable. As a kid, I did not give a single crap about Clefable. I was always a Wigglytuff, ride or die. But dude, Dallas's Miss thing during the Let's Go era completely influenced me. Plus, also seeing the big alpha Clefable in Legends Arceus, I'm like, okay, she is cool. He's freaking massive. He is huge. Mantike, okay, Mantike is cute. Mantike's just a little smiley, happy guy. Mantike is a good answer. I love that. Meryl didn't used to care for it, and then your egg cracked? Hang on, you got a shiny Meryl? Okay, that is cool. Mantike, Pichu, Azurill, and Cleffa. I can understand not giving a single crap about the babies. Honestly, a lot of the babies I still don't give a crap about. Like Cleffa, Igglybuff, honestly, Mime Jr. and Baby Jinx. What's Baby Jinx's name? Smoochum. Do not give at all a little baby crap about that. You said your egg cracked. So I thought you meant like you hatched a shiny one. Cleffa is perfect. You take that back. Listen, I'm not saying it's not a good Pokemon. I'm just saying I don't care for it. Like, none of the babies... Like, really, the only Gen 2 babies that I like are Tyrogue, and that's fully because it can turn into Hitmontop. Pichu, because Pichu is just fantastic in the movie. And then, I don't know, that's about it. What other babies are there? Bonsley, don't really care for it. Even though he is a bonsai tree, it's very, very cute concept-wise. Like, I don't know, I'm just not into, like, babies. Like, in my mind, Cubone is baby, even though he's not technically a baby. Like, Mantike is a baby and is fantastic. Really like Togepi, Riolu, and Butter, even as a kid. Yeah, see, but, like, Riolu and Butter are, like, Gen 4 ones. And honestly, like, I always forget the is Riolu technically a baby Pokemon? Because I always forget that. Like, you can't breed him. Because he's a puppy. He's a little puppy. Yes. Okay, then yeah. Yeah, so is Toxel. Dude, Toxel is a great baby. Toxel is such like a, oh my god, you are annoying. You are the baby that is like screaming in the middle of the cereal aisle because you can't get the cereal that has your favorite like cartoon character on it. Yeah, I'm surprised that they didn't add in more babies to Gen 9. Hey Gilgamesh, how are you? Welcome in. We got quad Sigilif before, which was very, very cool to see. But I think that's like used up all the shiny luck for the day. Or maybe not, you know, the game could still pop. But how are you? How have you been? Never said anything about getting a shiny being a reason I like Meryl. Okay, but you said, and then your egg cracked. In Pokemon, lots of people find shinies through hatching eggs. So, like, it really was not that much of a jump to go, okay, egg and then egg shiny. Especially because Azumarill is literally like a yellow golden egg. Like, he's like egg yolk yellow. Dude, I always forget about Transazurill. I literally always do because I didn't know about it until like last year. Like, that's, yeah. So did your Azurill do the flip in your 3rd gen games? Is that what happened? Or do you just like it just because of that glitch? Like, you're giving me like half sentences that I'm trying to put together and you're getting upset with me for not putting it together. It's like, dude, please, ma'am, please. I am but a humble shiny hunter. Which Mantike was easily huntable? It's 10% max. Yeah. Yeah, he's such a good one, but like, oh my god. Any sort of surfing encounters in Gen 4, I'm like, nah, I can't. I just cannot. I cannot do it. I'll probably go for Mantike in 5th gen, if I'm being honest. Mantine is 50% in Leaf Green, but in Gen 2 or Gen 4, you forget about it. Yeah. Mantine's shiny actually looks really good in 3rd gen as well. Like, it is so blue underneath the belly. It's really cool. No, you're all good. I just think it's funny how you're like, my egg cracked is what you said, and then you're getting like, this had nothing to do with the shiny. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. Forgive me for jumping to conclusions. You are all good. I just thought it was funny. Hey, like, how are you getting shininess? How are you connecting egg to shiny? I'm like, how am I not connecting that? I hear egg crack and I'm immediately thinking of like yellow white egg. Know what they say about assuming? No. I literally don't know what they say about assuming. Also, who is they? Also, I would like to say on record that this is technically phase 2 for Sigilif. After getting a Darumaka. Makes an ass out of you and me. Wow, that is crazy. I've never heard that before. And I'm from Australia. Also, why does it make an ass out of you if I assume something? Like, I know the play on words is literally just you're spelling the word, but like, I don't know, I have some beef with that. Because the logic doesn't add up to me. I don't know what bugs you too. Okay, cool. Well, that answers that. At least we're on the same page with that. Had to replace 162 songs from your stream playlist taken down over the past 6 months. Oh my god. Do you at least have like a mini list somewhere of like video games that have good music or anything? Or like did you just have to like problem solve? Jesus. I have a list on my phone of like all the Sonic games that I've pulled music from, Mario Party games, all like the Wii songs, like, yeah. Know which songs they are? You prepared for that? Cool. So stupid that you have to at all. Yeah, 100%. Especially when it's video game music. Like actual music, okay, yeah, we can deal with it. But I don't know. Like it is so weird to me that you can play, you can't play, what's her name? Who's the champion of Gen 4? Can't remember her name. Cynthia. You can't play Cynthia's theme from the 4th gen games, but you can play it from the 5th gen games, and that won't get you, like, copyright. It's so weird. Have a good sleep, Queen. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. Have a good night. Take care. Take it easy. Do you have any idea how fast I would buy Pokemon Coliseum for the GameCube for even double the original MSRP if you let me? Yet me listening to the music forum for free on YouTube hurts you financially for some reason. Yeah, it's so stupid. Nintendo, financially, if they were smart, they could make so much money off of having people pay for GameCube games to like have on their Switch and stuff. Or like even if they just like re-release them as like anniversary editions for the console that they were originally from, like that would make so much money. But instead they make stupid decisions. I'm sorry, have you seen, speaking of Nintendo making stupid decisions, have you seen that it's like a year, like literally last week or something I saw it. Nintendo are finally getting, they're suing Power World for like, I can't remember if it's like copyright infringements or what, but it's like, I saw the other day, they're suing Power World. I'm like, dude, I forgot that the game existed. And now you've reminded me of them because you're doing it. I'm like, it's so funny, man. Patent infringement is so shit. Okay, that is hilarious. That is so, so funny. I just saw like a headline of Nintendo sues Power World and I was just like, yep, this is hilarious. God forbid my giant Electabuzz Studio Ghibli looking creature have a 747. I don't know, I guess we'll find out at the trial. Could you imagine if we were allowed to watch Nintendo trials the same way that everyone was allowed to watch the friggin' Johnny Depp trial on Netflix? That would be funny. Yeah, dude, Electabuzz with a friggin' jumbo jet. Electabuzz with a friggin' rocket launcher. The thing that I want to know is why is it Power World that got hit with it and not any of the other video games? Don't play Power World, but I hope it to hell this gets thrown out. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I just think it's... But it's such like an interesting conversation as well of like at what point are the monster collecting video games allowed to exist without it being an issue for Pokemon? Like they could so easily... The best way to not feel threatened about other video games is to make your video game better than their video game. Nintendo could so easily... and Game Freak so easily work with Bandai Namco again to make the best Pokemon game you will ever see in your life. It would be beautiful. It would be stunning. It would have fantastic animations. But instead they won't, and then they will do the literal bare minimum to make a Pokemon game that will sell millions night one that doesn't even friggin' work correctly. You know? Like... Someone at Game Freak messes up sued Power World for using patent thing from an unreleased game. Okay, that would be hilarious. That would actually be so funny. Even their bare minimum is much better than Power World is the sad part. Yeah. I know, I fell over. I like dropped my phone, fell over, rolled down a hill when I read that. I was like, are you kidding me? And it's like, why is it a year later that this is happening? Like they really had to probably like hire so many lawyers and go through like so many things to make sure that all their ducks in a row to see if they were able to do this. Like the organization that they would have needed to just like make it happen is so ridiculous. I do wonder how many generations do we have left of Pokemon before Pokemon like no longer ceases to exist and they stop making things and slowly like pull everything off the shelves. Like I do wonder how many generations we'll have. Because honestly, they could, realistically, they could stop at 10 generations of Pokemon and just call it a day. And then just be like, yep, this was our 10 generations of Pokemon. It was a good running, but we're done. And we're going to move on to other things as Game Freak Corp. But, like, they won't do that because they make so much money, you know. Said they want to be viable for the next 100 or so years. dude, Pokemon is not going to be viable for 100 years. Hell, it's not going to be viable for the next, like, 20 years. Can't imagine there being over 2,000 Pokemon. See, I could see that if they did... If they started doing what they did for Gen 5, which is all brand new Pokemon, and then, like, post-game, like, you don't even have a national dex, but it's like, if you want to bring in Pokemon from older games, you can. I need to reset all these games. Even Game Freak thought that 20 years ago they would only make 2 generations. I would love to get, like, a documentary series of the backstory behind what went into those decisions to not stop at 2 generations and to continue on. Because, like, I really don't know anything about any of that. And I would have loved to learn that so much. Like, what decisions did they go through to be like, okay, a Game Boy Advance is being created by Nintendo. Let's use the colors that are on there to, like, redo Charizard and to make new Pokemon games. And, like, they're going to have good water animation and stuff. And, like, I don't know. Like, I would really love to know the thought process behind that. Want to end it with a bang, but went too hard and made too much money to quit. Is that the actual reasoning, or is that just you coming up with theories? Like, I'm dead set. Like, I would have loved to know what, like, decisions went into. Because, like, even if you make a bunch of money at the end of it, you can still call it a day and use that money to make different video games. You swear you've heard that multiple times. Yeah, but that's the thing as well. Like, Nintendo fans and Game Freak fans just love to, like, spurge theories as facts. You know. Like, we saw that with Sword and Shield so many times. So it's like, I don't know. Like I said, I would really love a documentary of Pokemon. How Pokemon came to be, how it was created, the decisions that went into, like, each generation, and, like, I would love to know, like, the decision making and, like, what happened at those board of directors meetings that were like, okay, the fans are growing up. We need to put a twist on Pokemon. Generation 5, 100% new Pokedex. Because there would have been, like, fan tests to be, and, like, surveys and stuff done in Japan to be like, okay, would you play a new Pokemon game if you couldn't have your favorite Pokemon in the games? Like, there would have had to have been that. So it would be so interesting to see, like, what those surveys would have said back in the day. And how many of those players would actually were just, like, speaking crap and they actually had the decision. Okay, well, first of all, it wasn't a boy, it was a man. But yeah, the original creator of Pokemon is autistic, yeah. Which is very cool. Honestly, when the minute I read that and found that out, instantly felt better about myself and how I was as a person. Like, you're telling me a person with autism created one of the most successful franchises, not just video game, but franchises in the world. Because they were like, oh, funky creature, collectathon, and it's also a monster that can, like, be battled. Like, that is everything like autistic kids love to do. Ooh, funky creature, I want to collect you. Ooh, what the heck is this thing? Okay, I need to catch it. You know? Now, maybe I'll sleep for real, question mark. Well, Queen, have an amazing sleep if you do end up falling asleep. Thank you for hanging out. I need to go on like a quest to figure out like what decisions behind Pokemon got them to make Generation 3. Because like I think about my life without Fire Red Leaf Green in it, and I just can't. I don't know where the hell I would be as a person. I would be completely different, that's for sure. And it's like, would I have gotten into Pokemon by playing Diamond and Pearl? Absolutely. But it would have been like a completely different like set of circumstances, you know? But there would be no Diamond and Pearl because there wouldn't have been any Fire Red Leaf Green. Didn't have enough water in the first 2 games. I really think the reason why Hoenn went absolutely ballistic with water was because they were able to make it in the video games. Like, they had the technology to be able to do that and work it in correctly. So they were like, holy shit, this is the coolest thing we've ever done in our lives. I want water. Okay, we need more water. You know, and it's the reason why they have so many waterfalls and stuff in those games. It's the same with like so many GameCube games, you know, you look at like Mario Sunshine and like Zelda Wind Waker, a heap of the PlayStation 2 titles, like all your Final Fantasy games on the PlayStation 2, what else is there? The later Spyro games have a heap of waterfalls in them, like, hell, even like Far Cry on the Xbox, that's got like a massive like area where it's like you have to like swim through the ocean. And like the amount of like jet ski games and stuff like that. It's so interesting how it was like the reason why so many of video games have so much water in them from that generation of video games is because they could actually do it for the first time and make it look really good. Like, the jump from N64 PlayStation 1 graphics to GameCube PlayStation 2 graphics is insane. It's so cool. Same with, like, cityscapes and stuff. Like, you really saw a jump in, like, you know, the Spider-Man 2 game with, like, the massive city and, like, everything is, like, rendered in and, like, it feels massive with, like, you know, a lot of like your GTA games and stuff like that. And then Subnautica made games look like chumps with the water. To be fair, there's a 20-year difference between Subnautica and Super Mario Sunshine. And honestly speaking, GameCube games, they really hold up graphically. Same with PlayStation 2. Like, those games really are phenomenal. True, but still. Subnautica is very, very cool. I watched my brother play it. Dude, you know what's another game that is brilliant with water physics? Is Power Wash Simulator. Oh my god. I never thought that washing a car could be so relaxing, but Jesus Christ, it is phenomenal. Like, why is washing this dirty house that has nothing but mud everywhere? Like, it looks like it got, like, abducted by aliens, got put through, like, an absolute journey of insanity levels, and then came out and is just, like, put back on Earth as being, like, play the new Shrek DLC. There is Shrek DLC? Holy crap. No, I have not. That sounds insane. That is hilarious, actually. Get out of me swamp. What do you even... Do you get to, like, go around and, like, wash far, far away? You clean up the swamp. Okay, that is funny. Dude, Shrek is pissed. Do not clean his swamp. The boulder was nice before you had to clean it, okay? The Shrek 2 game on the Xbox and GameCube back in the day was so fun. Like, the fact that you could just add in a controller, just connect a controller up, plug it in, and you were good to go immediately. Like, you're not having to pause the game, add in a new, like, player or anything. Like, it just automatically gives you a bubble around which character you are, and then you're controlling them. Like, and not enough games used that coding in any other video game. Like, that could have been so cool. Didn't play the game, but you saw the trailer. Oh my god, the game is so good. It's so, so good. Dude, friggin' Fiona is ballistic in that game. Like, Fiona is literally like... I don't even know how to explain it. Like, if Puss in Boots is Pikachu, Fiona is Charizard. Like, it is just... She is the best character. She's so cool. She fully is like Kung Fu Queen. You start the game, she's human Fiona. And then as you progress through, like, the chapters in the book, she, like, turns into Ogre Fiona. And it's like she fully, like, has her, like, Kung Fu karate skills. So she's going around beating everyone up. She gets this thing. You know how in the first movie she, like, pauses time, like the Matrix reference? Before she, like, split kicks the two, I don't know, Robin... What's his name? Robin Loxley? Robin Hood's, like, merry men. Before she, like, kicks them in the face. She can fully do that in the video game. Like, you collect these, like, little clock tokens and she'll fully, like, stop time with the press of a button. It's so cool. So it's great for, like, boss battles and stuff where it's like, hang on, there's too much happening on the screen. I need to, like, pause for a second. Like, those games, for coming out in, like, what, 2004? 2005 that game came out? Seriously, such a good video game, especially for, like, a kid's game. Like, kids' games really were so good back in the day. Whereas I feel like now, yeah, the kids' games are fantastic, especially for, like, little kids who want to get into video games. They're phenomenal. But for, I don't know, like, from the ages of, like, maybe 6 to, like, 10, or, like, 6 to 12, like, there really aren't too many video games that you hear about that are really, really good for that age group. Another game that was super duper fun on the Xbox back in the day, Simpsons Hit and Run. Simpsons Hit and Run is so good, man. Project Immensity aside, I can tell you one more thing I'm planning. I'm glad you decided to tell me. Best Xbox game was Battle for Bikini Bottom. That game is fun. That game was a lot of fun. My friend had it, and we used to play it at his place. Dude, some of those boss battles, though, were, like, insane. Like, wasn't there, like, a boss fight where it also had the, like, the pirate ghost ship that you have to fight? And it's, like, I don't know. I just remember some of those battles in those, SpongeBob games. Like, the levels would be easy, but the actual boss fight at the end would be so tough. Like, it was one of those real, like, want to chew, bite the controller, throw the controller, like, rage-inducing games. And it's a kid's game. And you are SpongeBob. It's like, this is ridiculous. Supreme Diversity, Alexa, which make no media brave enough to tackle. Please explain it in more detail. Sounds like a skill issue. Oh yeah, Mads was very bad at video games. Now I'm a little bit of a gamer. Like, I have hit the end credits of Spelunky 2, which is a very hard video game. I have hit the end credits of Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. That was a hell of a tough game. Evil. Video games are great though. Identities, disabilities, physically possible and recorded mutations, you name it. Physically possible and recorded mutations. Damn, is this like X-Men? X-Men but Pokemon? Nah, that sounds very cool. The coding for that would be crazy though. Damn it. The one game that I needed to not get into an encounter got into an encounter. Rude. Also, just a heads up, guys, we're going to be getting another ad break in a minute 30. I'm going to use that time to pee break, and I encourage you to do the same. Wait, I need to repel. Can join twins for 1 or 2 characters. Oh, wow. Yeah, that would, yeah, that's very cool. Blagger wheelchairs, so many characters, make the world feel truly alive. Yeah, that's cool. I do think, I love when video games add wheelchairs and like just disabilities into video games. Tell me in all the world that everyone's normal. Yeah, everyone's normal and everyone has an extremely similar skin color. Give Ash Ketchum pimples and acne. Also, Ash Ketchum is full of blackheads. You cannot tell me that that kid at the age of 14 was washing his face with a scrub and a face washer every night and had a good skincare routine. That is true. I remember that. Dude, Battle of Bikini Bottom, those games actually had such good stuff in them. I do remember that. But I remember, the reason why I remember it was because my friend would always want to be in the wheelchair just so he could do like stupid crap. Because we were 10 years old and wheelchairs were cool and fun, okay? We weren't woke at the age of 10, believe it or not. Want to push boundaries, make the game you want to play, not the game that you want to sell. That is great advice. Honestly, that should just go for all art. Like any sort of art creativity, make what you want to make and not because, like, just make what you want to make and not because you want, like, someone else wants you to make it, you know? Same goes for shiny hunting. Shiny hunt what you want to hunt. And if you're getting bored with it, if you're not enjoying it, move on, do something else. Come back to it. Just an old person in a wheelchair? Oh, okay. I'm thinking of a different video game then. It might be one of the Tony Hawk games. I don't know. I remember a video game and my friend Josh, he would like just fully just wheel around in this video, like in this wheelchair doing stupid crap, like clipping through walls and stuff just because it's funny. I used to play so much Need for Speed as a kid. Need for Speed Underground 2 was God tier, and then Need for Speed Carbon I also had. Want a game where even the uninteractable NPCs feel like humans. Yeah, that's cool. That is very, very cool. I will say Stardew Valley really does feel like a community of people to me. It feels very much like, okay, this really is a country town that I've moved to. It's a very little, tiny, close-knit community of people, but they're all people. They're all doing their own thing. You know, like it feels very much like that. I haven't played. What's the game? What's the game? Oh crap! What's the name of the game? What's the name of the game? I'm fully about to Google it. This is going to annoy me. BRB crying because I can't remember the name of this video game that I want to play. Fields of Mystria. Fields of Mystria has a really good variety of characters in it. I've been watching Jimmy Wetzel play it, and I'm like absolutely in love with it so far. And the thing is, it's fully like early access released on Steam. Like it hasn't even been completely like finished yet, which is so cool. But yeah, like, I don't know. I love video games where I can really just immerse myself and be like, all of these people feel like people. And it's like, you know. So if there was a way to do that with Pokemon, that would be so cool. I feel like they could have done a really good job of that in Legends Arceus by having just the small town that's like just being built up, and you've got people coming from all over the world to come and like help build this town. But like if they had different accents, if they spoke like different like dialects, I don't know, it could have been very cool. Do we get the ad break yet? Or not yet? Because I kind of have to pee. And by kinda, I mean I have to pee. I'll do it at the next 100. Next 100, I'll get up, go pee, come back, and then we'll finish out the next 300 encounters, and then we'll call it a stream. This has been like really good progress though. Like for how slow these are with the sandstorms and stuff. I'm really like impressed with like how good we're doing. I think the aim will be, because some days I'll have to be ending stream a lot earlier, obviously. Aim will be for like 500 a day. 500 on each counter. Because, like, we would already be very easily at, like, 700 if I hadn't have stopped to, like, show what Pokemon I want to, like, hunt and stuff. Can't stop thinking about shiny hunts you want to do. Why is your brain like this? Because shiny hunting brain is never turned off. I think about that as well. Like, I think about Riolu. Like, when you mentioned Riolu before and how it was, like, we should reclaim them, I'm like, yeah, I want to do some Riolu. Remember that I couldn't do Lunatone as a kid for your national dex in Gen 4? You only had Diamond, Fire, Red, and Emerald. Well, if you shiny hunt Lunatone with Sapphire, Dongle, and the Diamond card, that is cool. That is so, so cool. The Dongle hunts in 4th gen are some of my absolute favorites. Like the Arbok that you can do in the Great Marsh is so cool to me. I want to hunt Arbok in Victory Road in Fire Red. Like, you can fully get it as an Arbok. You don't have to do it as a little guy. Which I'm like, that is the coolest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, just big golden snake, blue hood, that's gonna, like, eat me and spit poison in my eyes. So cool. I still can't believe in Black and White 2, they forgot to, like, have the blue tongue on it. So in Black and White, he has the blue tongue, and then in Black and White 2, he doesn't. It's so wild to me how that happens. So no games that had every right just to not include a bunch of Gen 1 to 3 Pokemon because you could just migrate them. Went way out of their way to include almost everything using brand new mechanics. Yeah. And the fact that, like, so many of them were locked behind version exclusive Pokemon as well. Like, not even... So you know how with the Gengar, it's either a Fire Red or a Leaf Green? There are so many of them, and it's like, you have to use Fire Red, you have to use Leaf Green to get this. Instead of it just being a, okay, Fire Red or Leaf Green, or Ruby, Sapphire, or Emerald. Like, that was always, like, the biggest pet peeve for me, because it's like, you either have to trade with a friend who had those games, or... and, like, you know, traded one up or, like, went out and caught it for you or something. Or you just, like, don't get to have it. Emerald was very interesting with the version exclusive stuff. Like, the fact that in, like, some locations it would have, like, Seviper instead of Zangoose, but then in other ones it would only have Solrock and not Lunatone. I always found that so interesting. Like, I think it would have been cooler if you had have been able to get both. And it's like, I don't know, on, like, these specific days you get one, on these specific days you get the other one. or it's like time based. So like during the day you get Zangoose, at night you get Seviper. Even though there's no like day and night cycle in 3rd gen, but you know, I don't know, something. Day and night cycles in Pokemon are so cool. Like, I used to spend so much time. I have so much nostalgia specifically for the Sinnoh Pokemon Center at night. Like, uh-oh, what'd you do? What happened? Are you okay? Don't die. You're a magnet. You're okay. Oh boy. I'm concerned. Why does the Lunatone dongle in Platinum and Mount Coronet override most of the 5% Absols? Oh my god. Evil. Because it's evil. Rude. Unnecessary. Well, I will say, I'm so glad that that is the case, and not I fully thought that you phased on something stupid while looking for like a Pokemon. While shiny hunting. I fully thought that you like phased on something like really dumb, like a bit of. Frick my magnet life is a hell of a sentence though. I kind of love it. I did sound concerned for your safety. I was like, what is wrong? Magnemite is usually the most like calm, collected human being on the planet. What is wrong? Why are we saying frick? Frick is kind of crazy language for Magnemite. I was like, what is happening? Did we spill water on a DS and now it's not turning on? I have never seen you watch football. That is true. That is extremely correct. Look at this. I love this. Okay, I'm looking. He's beautiful. He's so good. The blue eye is everything to me. I love it. And even the fact that like the shade of moon that he is like changes so it's more of like a pale color. So cool. Alright, I'm gonna run from these guys and then I'm gonna pee. I will be back. I will also change the music so you don't have to deal with annoying music. Hang on. What is good music? Where's the Sword and Shield one? Yeah, this is good. Alright. I will be back. More of a yellow because the moon is made of cheese. True. True. Excellent thought, actually. That makes sense. I love logic. Alright, I'm back. When you guys were kids, did anyone ever try to tell you about, like, there being a man that just lived on the moon? And he was just an astronaut that just got abandoned there? So he just chills? Because, like, fully my grandma used to tell me that when I was a kid. She was like, yeah, there's a man on the moon. He just lives there. I'm like, okay, grandma. Okay. Dude, if only ever... every single shiny hunt ever wasn't, like, post-national decks. Like, it's cool because it gives you stuff to do after the game. But, I don't know. Your teams really are so just limited in what you can do. Like, I don't know. For good teams that have, like, a rounded, well-rounded, like, cool team, I feel like they're so limited. Because so much of the cool stuff is post-game. Why is this so Swarm at Lake Verity so low level? I want a repel trick for Lunatone with a cool face there. That would have been sick. That would be very, very cool. Lake Verity as the mat location for Lunatone would also be really cool. Like, if you're using it at night, and then you, like, Lake Verity. I just love the water animation of DS games. It's so good. Also, I need to chuck this back on. This is my when in doubt, low light. Low light compensation kicks in. Also, I don't know if we're going to get to 1,000. I think 1,000 might have been a little bit too much of a stretch. I've got an hour left in me and then I have to call it a stream. So I'm going to try my hardest. But you found your Sigilif at 9,700? That's cool. Honestly, I'm happy with just seeing quad Sigilif. Like, having that bless my entire existence is so cool. 9,712, that's a cool number to get it at. Not really, but you know, it's just cool that you found it. Come on, encounter, please. Go on, be nice. What the hell? Don't know what she did there, but she did something. I feel like they deliberately make the dongle hunts a pain in the butt because it's like such a... Hey, Hey, Richard, how are you? Welcome in. I don't know why this is so little. Hang on, give me a sec. I'll make it big. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in, guys. How are we? We're doing Quad Sigilif in the Desert Resort. And we've got two different numbers going on because the top two games are black and white and then the bottom two games are black 2, white 2. And yeah. But like we're overruns and then we're at half odds. So welcome in, guys. I hope you enjoy yourselves. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be going for, but yeah, I appreciate you coming in and hanging out. What were you up to, Richard? Were you shiny hunting? Or were you, wait, what are you doing? What do you do with your life? On twitch.tv. Also, thank you for that shout out to Richard. I appreciate it. Looking for Wooper in gold? Okay, that is a fantastic target and Pokemon game to find him in. I love Wooper's sprite in Gen 2. It's so good. Good luck on it. What numbers are you at for it? Are you doing it in Virtual Console or are you doing it on like an actual cartridge as well? I'm sorry, I love knowing all the ins and outs of like how people hunt for stuff. Also, these are genuine games. I've just got a controller mod on 3 of the DSs, and then the bottom left one here is getting a controller mod on Wednesday. Oh, dude, that is so cool. That is a sick encounter table. Hold up, I want to show that real quick. Hang on, delete this. Yeah, this is sick. When the hell even is a send-off spring? I've never heard of this. This is so cool. Dude, the Dusclops being there as well is like, yeah, this is sick. Little baby Chingling being at 3% though is kind of cute. That's really cool. That is a cool location. There's a 52% encounter rate for Lunatone. That is cool. What's the other 48, 49, 40+%? It's the way to Giratina's Cave. Okay, gotcha. That explains why I haven't heard of it. I've never played Platinum. So, like, there's so many locations that I just don't know about. Or, like, know the names of. That so is Dusclops Shiny. Dusclops Shiny is, like, red, orange, spooky as hell. He's so cool. And Bayonet Shiny is phenomenal. It's like a dark, deep blue with a gold zipper mouth. It's so sick. Gen 3 really went, okay, we have access to every single color of the rainbow. Let's just make all the shinies phenomenal. It's also in Diamond and Pearl, really? Well, to be fair, I have not played Diamond and Pearl since I was a little itty bitty baby at the age of 13, so I forgive myself. Got a rain and dip, very good luck. Yeah, thank you, Richard. Have a great night. Thank you so much for sending your people over here. Have an amazing, amazing rest of your night and sleep. Take care, dude. Yeah, if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask. Otherwise, thank you for lurking. My name is Mads. I'm an Australian. And I know nothing about Pokemon, so I just ask Magnemite. Let's make all the shinies phenomenal except for Plusle. Dude, Plusle got completely screwed over. Have you seen Purple Plusle? It was supposed to be purple and then they changed it at the last minute. I'm like, ugh. Purple Plusle lives in my head rent-free. Also, Kecleon not being purple from mystery dungeon, I'm like, what the hell is up with that? Like, yes, blue tongue lizard is fantastic. Again, I'm Australian, so we love our blue tongue lizards, but like, come on. They just didn't want to give us good purple shinies. They wanted to give purple shinies only to water types. Everything else, no. That is what happened, 100%. Like, even if they had have given us, like, an event Kecleon that was purple, and it's like you have to play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and then, like, put in a code that's, like, in the, like, game, and then you get your mystery gift that way. That would have been so cool. Like, here, blue rescue team for the DS. Now, in your Pokemon Diamond game, you have a purple Kecleon. And then you can just, like, trade him up. Except, you know, it wouldn't work when they transfer it into Home because Pokemon Home just sucks that way. And he gets stuck there because none of the other games will register him as a genuine Kecleon. That sounds about right. You know who's a shiny that gets a lot of complaints about, but I actually really like it, is Skitty. Skitty in the sprites looks really good. It's like a real, like, peachy fruit color. Like, she looks like fruit. Like, she is fruit flavored. I would take a bite out of a Skitty. And then the Delcatty would come along and rip me to shreds. Mount Coroner Snow with Dongirl has 12 Pokemon. Who doesn't like shiny Skitty? I don't know. I've heard like a lot of people complain about Skitty. But it's usually like people in Twitch chat that I think they just want to start drama. So I don't put too much stock into it. Too long don't read. I defend little baby kitty cat Skitty. Skitty is cute. Skitty is a little kitten. Also, its tail is such a cool design. It's like got the weird... I don't know. It's like... I don't know. It's not like a cat tail. It's got like a cat tail and then some. Mount Snow has with Dongle has 12 Pokemon. What are the 12 Pokemon there? Does it get rid of any of the cool stuff, or is it just like the cool stuff plus some others? Because it's got Snorunt, Snover, Sneasel, and then I can't remember what else is there. What else is another Pokemon that people complain about at Shiny? That's like, I don't know, more of like a mid-tier one, like Dex-wise. I don't know. I will click that in just a second. Let me run from these bad boys. Oh, Noctowl Medicham Absol is so cool. Dude, I'm gonna be real. I really like Nosepass. But specifically like Gen 4, Gen 5 Nosepass. Gen 3 Nosepass, he's a little bit too rugged. So I don't really love him. But Gen 4, Gen 5 Nosepass, I really love. Yeah, that's a cool set of Pokemon. Dude, getting an Abomasnow fully evolved would be really cool. Because he's so massive in the sprites. Like, he's a big, big boy. Oh, quad Dwebbles. I think that's the first time that's happened as well. And that's also a 16% Dwebble in the lower games. I don't know what it is in the upper ones, but still. Get Dwebbed. Guys, where's Dallas when you need him? Dallas would require like a whole 3 years of therapy for seeing those 4 Dwebbles come across at the same time. Corona Absol is a literal dream, such a perfect Met location. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely, for sure. Absol, I feel like Absol is one of those few Pokemon that's just in very cool locations. No matter what. Because where do you find it in 3rd gen? Like, isn't it at the, like, Mount Pyre? It's in Route 120? Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought it was at Mount Pyre. That's so weird. Yeah, that's annoying. 213 Swarm in Diamond and Pearl is a little lame. Yeah, but Swarms for Absol is kind of cool though. Come on, be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice. All of the Gen 3 4 sprites are perfect. 3 unique ones. Hang on, what? Are you saying like the Gen 3 like sprites have like really unique ones? Frenzy, have a great sleep, my friend. Thank you so much for hanging out and lurking and stuff. I hope you have a really, really good sleep and a really, really good tomorrow. One Gen 3 sprites. Diamond Pearl ones and the new ones for Platinum. Yeah. Yeah, okay, now I get what you're saying. I really do miss that about 3D games. Like, I really think if they had have kept updating the models and the looks of them and the designs every generation, they wouldn't get blurred together in my mind of, like, what happens in this game? Where do you find this guy? Who does this in what situation, in what game? Like, it would be... Like, if Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon had completely different sprite work to Sun and Moon, like, even for the legendaries and stuff, like, that would have been so cool. Especially with the jump to Switch as well. Like, getting updated sprites for all the Pokemon on the Switch, not just the ones from either Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee or, you know, the Sword and Shield new 8th gen Pokemon. I don't know. Like, that was one of my favorite things about Pokemon as a kid, was getting to play these games for the first time and seeing new beloved Pokemon in a completely different light. Like Butterfree in Gen 4 looks completely different to Butterfree in Fire Red Leaf Green. And like even the difference between Fire Red Leaf Green stuff to Ruby Sapphire Emerald. But the jumps in some of them design-wise was crazy. Like I always used to love Arbok so much as a kid because his hood was constantly changing. And so like in some of the games, it's like really menacing, will mess with you. And then in other ones, it's a little bit more like, you know, it's a scary face, but it doesn't scare me. And like even like little slight changes in color palette as well. Well, like so interesting. It was so funny experiencing the jump of like 4th gen sprites to X and Y and just seeing like how friggin' chunky Pikachu was in 3D. It was like, why are they so round? You know, like they really got rid of so many of the sharp edges with the designs, and so they were just like these like rounded Pokemon. Like it was so funny to see. Even Spinder too. Spinder is such a chunky boy in X and Y or us. It's also interesting talking about people and their favorite Pokemon. Like, I love Whiscash, but I really, when I think of Whiscash and the love I have for him, I fully think of the Gen 4 sprites. Like, the Gen 3 Whiscash is like, you know, he's kind of like, okay, I know you, but I don't really remember you. Like, it's like kids that you went to elementary school with versus kids that you go to, like, high school with. And it's like, yeah, this is the same kid, but I'm not thinking about him when he was like a 7-year-old. I'm thinking about him when he's 17, you know? Same with Pikachu, Raichu. I always think of them as the Fire Red Leaf Green sprites. Especially Pikachu. I love Fire Red Leaf Green Pikachu. Raichu, I deliberately want to play Platinum just so I can have a Raichu that's constantly just sat being a cute little round friend. He's so cute, man. For Pokemon Day, I should honestly just take an hour or two and just like hunt a bunch of Pikachus. And just have like the Met date as Pokemon Day. Or like the Pokemon Anniversary Day. Same with Meowth. Also, just a heads up, guys, we're gonna get another round of ads in 3 minutes 45. So if we need a pee break, you get some water, stretch the hands. Hell, posture check and stretch the neck out, actually. The neck and the back. Be nice. I'm contemplating ending here. What was the previous song? The previous song was Still On Side Pokemon Sword and Shield. I don't know if this is going to give you a link to the entire playlist or just the song, but this is it. Swarm at night in Ruby with Ruby inserted. Oh, does it give you the 8% C dot? Yeah, that's cool. And what's the swarm? Is the swarm the Slackoth? Dude, I want to do Murkrow. I want to get a shiny Murkrow and put the Hunchcrow into these games. Like, Hunchcrow is just so cool. Yeah, that's a cool mix bag. I like that. I like that a lot. What's the pink purple, guys? It can be Pineco or Seedot if you use Emerald. Oh, that's cool. Pineco would be an interesting one. But I feel like, you know, Heart Gold Soul Silver really does make Pineco so redundant. Alright, I'm gonna do... Dude, honestly, I'm gonna do 50 more and then I'll call it a stream. I think is the plan. Just because I've been at this for 4 hours and I can feel my back kind of going a little bit stir crazy. But thank you guys for hanging out. It's been a really, really good stream. Wild Fortress is only in Colosseum or us in Scarlet Violet. Yeah, I remember so many people were going ballistic over being able to find Fortress in Scarlet Violet. Honestly, Fortress, it's a cool Pokemon, especially with the metallic that Scarlet Violet has. But Pineco and Fortress have never been bugs that I really care for. Like, there are just so many other ones that I love way more. So, like, they were always on, like, the low, low tier list. They're funny. I mean, yeah, I guess. Same with Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn is another like bug grass, weird like metallic dude that I don't know. I've never really cared about him. Really? 10% Sigilif, make a wish. Be nice to me, please. I'm so tempted to just get the games up to 6K and then 10K offline. I'm so tempted to do that, but I'm so scared of finding a cool shiny offline. And not like being able to record it or anything, because these are on, you know, dim capture cards. This was a good run of a stream, just to be like, okay, the goal was to hit 1,000 encounters on each game. Or not on each game, but you know, 500 encounters on each game. How many hours does it take to actually do that? And the answer is probably around like 600. Not 600, 6 hours. So I'm like, that's a really good indicator of like, okay, we can probably hit 500 encounters in 3 hours. And then go from there. But it's like 3-hour streams are very doable. So like if we're doing 350 is not 350, 550 a stream, like that's a really good like number to be at, especially because we're already like over odds, you know? So it's like, as long as we're not phasing a crap ton for Sigilif, we should be good. And I can't imagine going back to back having really high phases, you know? The other thing I'm noticing is I'm being very consistent in like the step count needed. Wow, guess what? You found another really cool way to hunt Lunatone in Pokemon Platinum. 66.6k channel points. That is excellent. You're asking who Sanctum was earlier? It is me. Dude, congrats on that. Dude, if Sigilif is the angel on the shoulder, you are definitely the devil. And I am taking your advice. Stop using Intimidate, you jerk. I think I'm gonna do Riolu offline this evening. Oh, maybe not actually. I probably won't shiny hunt. I'll probably do some Stardew Valley or something else. I've also been on a massive like Sword and Shield kick again. Just kind of like running around in all the different like weathers just to find like some really cool targets. See, yesterday I was doing, there was it was like a really bright sunny day. I think it was either that or a sandstorm in one of the areas in the wild area, and it had Sigilif and Flygon showing up in the overworld. I'm like, that is cool. That is very, very cool. Alright, 10 more and then I'm getting the heck out of here. Thank you guys for hanging out and lurking and chilling and stuff though. It's been really, really good. I feel like we've gotten a heap done today, you know? Like the fact that we almost did 2,000 encounters total across 4 games is like kind of impressive. Just a little bit, just a smidgy. How many Sandals did Matt get before he found his Sigilif? I need to rewatch that video. Hell, I just need to watch a heap of like Sigilif Repel Trick YouTube videos. I think is going to be the thing. Just to see like, okay, where should I roughly be expecting? He got 3 Darumaka before he got his Sigilif. That is disgusting. And a Maractus. Ew. What the F, Matt? God, that is evil. That is evil and disgusting, and I hate that actually. He wanted the Maractus? Yeah. Like, if I want Sigilif. If I could get Sigilif, like, right now, I would leave and move on to bigger and better things. But if I got a Trapinch or a Maractus and I phased and then I got Sigilif, I'll be like, okay. Like, the only thing that I really do not want here is Darumaka. Like, if I get another Darumaka, I might low-key cry and throw a bit of a hissy fit. Because that's fun. Who is streaming? Who'd be stream? Sabian is live. Sabian is good value. We're gonna go rate Sabian. He's doing the DS versus GBA showdown, and he's in Diamond and Pearl by the looks of it. So we'll go say hi to him. We'll go hang out. He's always, always, always good value. Thank you guys for hanging out though. It's been a really good time. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you for talking to me, Mag. It's been really good hanging out with you. Have a good night, dude.